intermarried with other ethnic nationalities, put it that way. So to her, what will be the fate? What will be the fate of the children, the grandchildren, and others in Yoruba land when Yoruba land becomes independent? She is one of those who have been very vocal as well, very supportive for the Yoruba nation's advocacy. She has been. So she was like, she's been thinking that day when she sent me that message, right? Voice note. She said she's been thinking, and the only person she could pretty much talk to or ask this question would be me. And it took me 2 days, okay, before I finally kind of sum up courage to respond in detail the way I wanted to. Because our voice, our concerns, our examples, of what she saw and all of that stuff, they were real, So it doesn't make any sense for me to downplay it and say, hey, well, am I worried? Don't worry, Majari, forget about that. No, that's not how to handle it. So I eventually kind of sent the voice note back, took my time, and I explained, to her that, you see, in practice, at least not any that I am aware of now, right? In practice, it is very, very rare for people to be profiled simply because their mom or so is from another tribe or ethnic nationality in Yoruba land within their family. You get that now? So I said it is very rare. I said, since yourself said that while you were growing up, you never experienced such, that everything was like, everybody just grew up like the same, they are from the same parents and all that stuff. I said, I still feel like that's how it is. But that may be changing, no doubt, okay, because of the last 20 years of Tinubu's politics in Yoruba land, politics of hatred and politics of criminality. So we cannot rule out the effect of that on our people. But still, significantly, it is not that effective. So I said, that is one, okay? And the second one is that we will keep raising awareness, because there are people who have suffered this indignation, right? Enough that that actually changed them. And they never really shared it with anybody, but it changed them forever, right? In which, if you ask them what happened, how come you became this cold towards your paternal side and all that, and then they probably will burst out and tell you what happened, okay? So to you, our lady, I call her a lady, said, to you, right? We must continue to raise awareness. We must continue to ask people to speak up. We must also learn that way of naming and shaming those who are dwelling in this kind of bigotry, even if they are your family member. Because it is out of sheer ignorance that will make you think, right? It is a good thing to profess hatred towards the people who have done you nothing. Okay? But because you have been programmed to live that hateful existence, whether you are an Igbo person or you are a Yoruba person, programmed to hate one another, no matter your excuse. Some of you love to give excuses. No, me, I'm not. I mean, it's not. That's not true. You see, you can give all your excuses, okay. But the thing here is that we must continue to name and shame the people that are dwelling in this. Children are so innocent that nobody is born to hate people. Do you know that? You have to learn it. Hating people or claiming to want to hurt or harm people because you hate them because of their tribe or their ethnic or even their religion. You have to learn all those things. Children were once children, remember? So as children, as innocent as we were, right? So we grew up in a society, in household and all of this, where hatred were just like any other virtue for them, like it's just a virtue. Do you understand? So then you learn this hatred. You learn it as you grow. And then you begin to live this hatred. Then you begin to pass it on. So the only way we can curb it is, number one, if you have any mixed parentage, right? You must know that you are not just you're not just special. You are greatly, special because you are just the infusion of dual tradition, culture, as well as heritage. So you are unique. So when you now see some low lives who are milking the political differences to spread their usual rhetoric political division, right? So once they enter the family circle, that is where you have to cut the entire bond of like. You don't let anybody sort of like it's called manipulation, by the way, right? When people decide to manipulate you because of your tribe, all right, and if they know that, and to make you madder and angrier, there are times that they have to even like adopt the suppose say the tribal name. Me, Mayegu now, I can come back and be Chinedu Nwapa, or Chinedu, or Emeka Nwakwo, right? You are Mayegu, and I can begin to write nonsense about the Yorubas. Remember, I'm a Yoruba man, but using Emeka's profile on social media. And somebody like yourself who possibly I'm just giving some of you benefit of the doubt now. Like some of you who are like are political, right? Those of you who don't really fancy all this political stuff and all that, you just use your own. And you sit down, you sit down, JJ, and then this post just pop up on your timeline. And anywhere we see any Yoruba in Igbo land, we're supposed to actually like tie their hand and take them into the forest and do this to them, like we do to the cow of the Fulanis, this and that. So if I just put that on the social media, and then you as a Yoruba person, in shock, what is really wrong with it? Instead of you to say, what is really wrong with this Emeka Nwakwo? What is this person's name? The first thing that will kind of freak into your brain will be, what is wrong with all these Igbo people say? One person will come become people. What is wrong with all these Igbo people say? These Igbo people that, man, we are supposed to show these Igbo people. They don't have any respect, all that stuff. And yeah, that's how you get manipulated. And we have seen that many, many times. That's why I love it when I have a chance of recording their voices too. So it goes all sides. We have the part where the Edo people, we have some of the Edo nuisance on social media too, from Benin and all those places, right? Whose own campaign of Edo versus Igbo, Edo versus Yoruba, all that stuff, they are everywhere. I just want to let you know that all these things they are pushing, they are indeed real. When I say real, I mean the effect of what they are pushing. So the only way you can possibly destroy such narrative, right, is to bring it to the public so that everybody sees it, everybody hears it and say, no, this is not acceptable. No, this is not right. Just like some of you were listening to these two audios I played earlier, right? You sat there and you're like, no, this is not right. Why is it no? This is wrong. As much as some of you too, possibly as you are hearing it, you're agreeing. Yes. Thank you, Jerry, my brother. You're saying the truth. Mayegu is saying the truth. Now, so you, the Yorubas are. People have said that to my face before. I told you, I have suffered tribal profiling on my own platform. I have suffered tribal ethnic slurs and attacks, right, from non-Yorubas on my own platform. I have had Igbo audience here who told me, like I said before, who told me and said they have never seen any honest Yoruba person until they saw Mayegu. And they were expected that to be a compliment. Because it's like saying out of over 60 to 70 million Yorubas worldwide, this is the first time you are seeing a Yoruba man that says the truth, because he's saying the truth. That suits you. And then you're going to see another one. They'll say, some of you say that, it's sad, because sometimes it might sound like maybe it is true for you because you've never really met any Igbo, you've never really met any Yoruba per se, and this is your first time, but you've heard a lot about a lot of negative things that are not true, right? And now you are seated there, you are listening to a Yoruba man, you're like, huh? Or even at that, right? There's still this bigotry inside somewhere that is telling you, don't trust a Yoruba man, oh. Be honest, you are free. This is a free, this is a safe place. You know, where you look at me and say, there's something tells you inside, and don't trust a Yoruba man. Is a Yoruba man. Oh. Yoruba man, so they pure. You remember what we tell you about Yoruba people? You remember? Don't forget to, don't like him. Oh. Okay, stop saying you like him. He's a Yoruba man. I mean, I remember when some people get mad simply because they were seeing super chat on Mayegun's Diary Political. Super chat. Chinyere S. Kalu Opara, £50 or $50. Chukwemeka Eze, $50. What else, right? So then the next thing, you start seeing them. I mean, I've witnessed that, I've suffered that, right? You start seeing them lambasting those Igbo people who always go to the Yoruba man's platform to go and watch. They will not support an Igbo man. They will not support an Igbo this and that. So there is always that bigotry in everyone that you are fighting. It's called like fighting them, suppressing it. Then you will see the Yorubas too that will say, well, you and these Igbo people, eh? You better be careful with these Igbo people. I know, say on your platform, now there you have all these Igbo people. This is how bigotry works. It's inside you. It is there. It is somewhere. Somehow you probably know it is wrong. But it's something that keeps pushing it up to let you feel like, no, feel good. Yeah, say it. Do it. You're going to feel good, right? Say it. And I don't want to sound like I'm a tribalist too, but I want to say something about our Igbo brothers. You see, our Igbo brothers, they too like money. I don't want anybody to think I'm a tribalist too. That is your bigotry inside you pushing it. You don't tell you say talk. Say it. Say it that the Igbos like money. Go on. And the same. So I have suffered it, and I can speak from my own experience. I can share my own experience with us. But, like I said, every one of us will know it is not right. It is wrong. Now, when you know it is wrong, why are you doing it? When you know it is very wrong, why are you looking away when you see those people who are doing it? Tribalism, bigotry. It is Olympics. They're like, let's go into bigotry and all of that stuff, dissipating so much energy. But the hatred, right, that is associated with bigotry is what some of you are not possibly looking at. The hatred is so much that when some of them says, let us just go and kill so, and so, you will see others that will agree. You get what I mean? We are supposed to go and burn down all the Igbo shops in Lagos, all the Igbo shops, we should demolish everything. We should. Now, when you see the person where they talk, you will be like, now this one they talk, say, we need to chase all the Igbo out of this one. God damn it, I have wasted my energy replying and talking talk. Now, this is what we say, if you give her a slap like this, you go buy coffin. Do you get what I mean? So the effect, that's why we have to keep shining light on this. So we must understand that we know this bigotry is bad. We understand that it can have a lasting effect on its victims. So there's no point in because you want to feel great or feel good and you become that bigoted person. I know it is a competition for some of them. When you look inward, right, it is even like injurious. And I'm more concerned about those ones who have started calling people tainted blood. Tainted blood. That's a slow word for somebody to say because you're not probably going to say yes to Tifnumbu. So you're automatically not a real Yoruba. Do you get that now? And if you are not hating the Igbos enough, then you are not true Yoruba as well to these Ronuku gangs in their different categories, right? So if you have had any reason to have your first shock at tribalism, the bigotry in that place, people have said that they've lost houses. And this one is not just about family. I mean, people have lost house, what do you call it? Houses, right? House rent and all that. They've lost that simply because they are not, I mean, they are from a particular tribe or ethnic nationality in that contraption. People have lost jobs. And people have lost relationships. I mean, probably that one is as old as, human itself, because I don't know. People have lost relationships because of their tribal or ethnic differences. I know you will feel no, like you can't marry him. People say, well, why can't I marry him? Please, I love him so much. Please, mommy, please beg. I said, no, your daddy said you can't marry him. Why? He's an Igbo man. You can't marry an Igbo person. We hear that, you see, whenever their husband die, they have to cook the husband and then use the bath water for the, that nonsense, right? So you cannot, no, over my dead body. So we've had people like that who experienced this. And in 2025, you will think maybe that should not be happening again. Maybe you are not paying attention in 2023. You see, 2022, 2023, it was the crescendo of it. It was the height of it, right? So there are relationships that collapsed simply because of their tribal, ethnic differences. Here is another one. If our differences have become weaponized against us enough that we are now preaching, people are now preaching that don't marry from another tribe. Pity your children. Pity your future children. Don't marry from another tribe apart from your own. Don't marry from another ethnic nation. All that stuff, right? People are already pushing that. Okay. So I'm like, if that is the case, even though the Ronukus are not thoughtful people, okay, they are just miserable cunts, right? Those sewage dwellers, right? They don't think. So I'm like, if we can no longer coexist like this, why are we still keeping this contraption there? Oh, weaponization of tribalism, bigotry, religious differences, and all of that stuff is actually just the prerogative, prerogative of the poor people. That is why it doesn't appear to the ruiners of Nigeria that we don't want to stay together. They weaponized the division, weaponized the tribalism and all of that for their own political gain. And it's good for them, as long as all of you are still forced together to stay in the same contraption and they keep the power. Yes, if you like yourself or you don't like yourselves, they don't care. So to them, let the machine, which is Nigeria, keep rolling out and keep printing, keep minting. So you see, those of you who are the subjects inside the concentration camp, right? Because Nigeria is like an open concentration camp. No, not like Nigeria is an open concentration camp. Many people are walking about and somehow thinking that they are free, and others are in prison. Or all of you are actually in prison. The rich or the poor, my family or your family. Nigeria is an open concentration camp. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's a place where life doesn't have any meaning anyway, right? They can snap your life away from you just like that, and nobody will be held responsible. You know? So everybody stay inside the place, right? While your elite, your ruiners, they are united up there. Their children are even marrying themselves. Honestly.